Hey, my name is Ian Martin Allison. I'm out on the road with Eric Hutchinson, and welcome to my bass breakdown. Let me talk to you about this bass, talk to you about pedals, we're going to talk about this rig, and just what I bring out, what I love having out on the road with Eric. Let's start with this bass. This is a Lull IMA4. I'm so happy to have this instrument. This is an Heirloom edition. We do these in batches. This was from the 4th batch that we did. It's in Fire Mist Lavender. This is essentially like a cross between a Fender Jazz bass, but then it has Gibson Thunderbird pickups, but these are the proprietary ones that Lull makes. Beautiful like celluloid guard, and of course all this aging that they do. This is a roasted alder body, and then it's connected to just this like killer flamed maple, roasted flamed maple quarter sawn neck. It's a lot of neck specs. And then a slab rosewood fingerboard, and it's absolutely killer. I love this instrument so much. And they do such a good job aging them in-house. Like, I think it's the best aged bass I've ever had. I love it. Then I go into this wireless here. It's a Shure, use the Shure GLX wireless. Got the custom-made right angle cable. Come on, because who wants to play a jazz bass with the cable sticking out there? Certainly not me. Goes down, and so we're gonna get down to this pedal board. And so check it out. I've got the Shure here sitting off the board. And then that runs straight into the Origin Effects Cali 76 that I always have on. After that, we go into the HX Stomp, and then that goes into the Jadfur Capo DI. And I don't really do anything gain-wise with the Capo. I'm not using it to send a bunch of saturation. I'm not really even doing much EQ. It's pretty flat, like maybe 1 dB of bass boost, maybe a tiny bit of mid reduction, a tiny bit of treble boost. And then let's come back to this, because so this sends out to front of house, but this is really the star of the show in terms of sounds. What I've done for Eric is I have everything on different presets, so I'm triggering things off and on for a song here, but then this switch here, which is made by Pedalnetics, lets me toggle up or down through all the tunes in the set list. So there's some songs I use the same sounds, I'll just have them on one preset, but there's others that I use different sounds. And I gotta show you, it's so fun. So like, if you've got, I've just got the regular bass sound here, right? But then on this patch I have an octave. And there's a drive too. Right? And then that's all I need for that particular song. But then, moving up through, like, this is so fun. With Eric, I actually am the lead guitar player as well, so we travel as a trio. And so I'll be playing regular bass, but then when it's time for a solo moment, I have to become the guitar player. So that's why I'm wireless, right? I don't stand at the station, like run up front and play, but it's so fun to get to play these sounds. So like, check this one out. So here is one that's based on like fuzz and rotary. So I'm in this zone, regular bass with a pick, right? But then when it's time for the solo, nothing more fun than that, So continuing through the tunes, like good rhythm. There's a song we play that has just a little bit of spring and drive. Right? Going through, then I've got, this is so fun. Being able to have different sounds for each song is such a blast. There's a song we play called A Little More, where I have a little bit of octave up, a little bit of verb, and a little bit of drive. So I'm playing sort of like the bass and guitar part together, like. That's fun. Keep going through them. Let's see. Some other kind of interesting sounds here. Oh, I've got the Montana sound on a switch too, so that's... And I could like live in this sound. Kind of straddles the line between like bass and baritone guitar, maybe. Let's keep going. Oh, and then a really fun fuzz sound. You know, this kind of thing, getting to take these sort of sounds like... And it's so nice to just have all that on a switch. So, you know, just playing regular bass. But then when it's time, what else do we have? Oh, an octave pedal for Jomo. So it's a song we do called Jomo, which is the opposite of FOMO. Jomo being the joy of missing out, right? Just get to live in the synth bass zone. Keep going through the presets. Maybe the last one will be, oh, Watching You Watch Him. So check this out. This is so cool, where Mike Elizondo is a great producer and bass player, produced like Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, 21 Pilots, played this amazing nylon solo on Eric Hutchinson's tune, Watching You Watch Him. And when our guitar player didn't come out with this anymore, Eric's like, just take it on the bass. And it's a whole thing. And so trying to get like just a little bit of an octave up sound, playing a little bit back by the bridge. So that'd be what it would sound like without the effect, but then you put the effect on. So I know that's a long time spent on the HX Stomp, but it's so powerful. And when you need specific sounds for specific songs, you can put it all in one preset, switch with switches. It's wonderful for that. So all this sound is coming out of this. Let's look at the rig. So this is cool. So this is a Noble head that I get asked about all the time. And Jack Rohn, who makes the Noble DI, it's awesome tube DI. I had a hand in helping come up with this amp because there are all of these high-powered digital amps, like, you know, that you can put in your gig bag. And while I think that's really cool and convenient, I wanted something that was lightweight, but also looked like a piece of gear, like looked like a statement. And so he made one for me a long time ago, probably almost 10 years ago, and he made everything by hand, the cabinetry, like he went and picked out the wood, you know, got the Tolex and did the whole thing, and it was just amazing. It wasn't this one, I had a white one first. But then I was like, man, can you make me a black one? And he did, and I think this is one of 4, maybe 5 that were ever made, which is crazy. It's super simple, just volume, and then bass and treble, and these are boost only, so when it's like this, it's flat, right? When you turn them here, I don't know, it just gives a little comfort bump. There's a low-end cut switch. I never use that. But, I mean, it lights up, which is so fun. And the other thing that's so cool is if we come around the back here, I'll go around this way. Let's check out the back. Sorry. Okay, can you see this? So check this out. This, you know, you think like, oh, how do you get this thing off? Oh my God, it's with magnets. How do they work? It's the best. I love it. And look, hey, this says number 19. So I assumed for so long that he made a bunch of these. And I think he started the serial numbers, I don't know, at 15 or something. So there's only like 4 or 5 of them ever, but check it out. This is very satisfying. Oh, that wasn't so satisfying. It's this. Yes! Let's do it again. Yes! So satisfying. I love that. And so then I'm just taking the noble head. Let's come back around the front. So then I'm just taking the noble head, running it into this old vintage Ampeg 412 cab. And usually I just got a barefaced cab that I love, but I don't have road cases for it yet, so it killed me. I had to leave it at home, but I have toured this cabinet for years and it's awesome. I've got a nice road case. Well, it's not nice, but I have a road case for it. So that, right, means it goes on the road. But it was reconed, or I just had new speakers put in it. I think they're Eminence Deltas, 412s. It just sounds big and old school, and I absolutely love it. Okay, and let me tell you about these strings. So these strings are something that I have been working on with Labella. So they're called super polished, and they're stainless steel round wounds that have been run through a polisher. And so they feel, I wish you could feel them right now. Wish you could feel through YouTube. But so the deal is, right, like they don't make that noise, and they don't feel like crazy rough on your fingers. You can tell that they're rounds, but they feel more like flats, and they are just awesome. They're so good for everything. Even if I just like slap the bass unplugged, you kind of hear the like round wound nature of it, but they have this sort of smoothness too. They've got like a vintage character and aren't super bright, and they don't tear up your hands and tear up your frets, and I love them. We're working right now on a signature gauge, and this is my favorite part, maybe even more than the gauge, is the silks. We went pink and gray. Come on. Pink and gray silks, which I love very much. And so what's wild is there's a little bit of me in a lot of this rig, right? I helped design this instrument with Lull that I'm so thankful for. Had a hand in bringing these strings to life with Labella. Love working on the HX Stomp and making up presets and patches for the HX Stomp. And then this thing too, this rare beast, was kind of, spurred on by me really wanting Jack to make something other than the DI, and an amp that felt delightfully light, but also looked like a piece of gear. Like if you lift it, it weighs like 20 pounds. So it feels, versus an SVT that's just like, 80 pounds and a horrible lift. It feels really easy to manage. So it's so fun when you pick it up, you're like, oh, that's kind of a nice surprise. But it still looks like it might weigh a lot. So that's fun. I love product design. I love people that make stuff that are really thoughtful products, and I love having a hand in that. And then it's so fun to take it on the road. So hey, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me, checking out my rig. If you have any questions whatsoever, drop them down in the comments. And if you want to see more bass breakdowns, checking out different rigs, let me know in the comments. We read this stuff. We'd love to make those videos for you. Who would you like to see broken down in a bass rig breakdown series? Let me know. We'll try to make that for you. Okay, see you in the next one.